Greetings from New York.
And greetings from California.
Yeah, so it is a dreary day over here, but last night I went to go see Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Oh my God, I'm not going to see it until this weekend, but I can't wait.
Look, it was everything. It restored my faith in Marvel. The acting was stellar, and Angela Bassett. I see why everyone is saying she needs an Oscar nomination for this. I cried 3 times during this. And just wait till you get to the end, because that's when they really get you. I was like, I did not expect that. And yeah, left the theater in tears. They did Chad justice. They really did. They had some surprises there, like Black women. Just shout out to Black women. They carried that movie. And also shout out to Momoa. I hated his ass. I wanted to jump through the screen to choke him myself. But anyway, great movie, y'all. I want to see it again, and I can't wait to review it with you.
I can't wait either.
Also, speaking of Black Panther, around the end of the movie, we were treated to another Rihanna single for the movie, and it is another ballad. And I'm like, can we stop with the ballads? Please, please. That's not what I want from Rihanna. That's like Ciara doing ballads. We don't want ballads from Ciara or Rihanna. I heard it and I was like, it's at least better than the first one. I'll say that. It's called Born Again, by the way, too.
I see it. I was going to give a listen because I haven't heard it yet. So I'm going to listen to it right now.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on it.
Wow, that 45 seconds felt like 45 minutes.
I wanted to stop cosplaying as a singer. I really
yeah, Halloween's over.
Both songs kind of make me want to slip my wrist. There's a certain joy with Rihanna's music, and I get it. She has a lot of great ballads, but she's been gone for 6 years, you know? And again, y'all, I get it. It's for Black Panther. I understand. But still, it's just not what I want from Rihanna. It's not. And I don't care.
I agree. You know, and speaking of Rihanna, Beyoncé is being very cruel right now to her fans. I've never thought she was a cruel woman, except for stealing A. Marie's career and kicking them girls out the group, but that was more her daddy. But the fact that she won't give y'all the visuals you deserve, I'm hurt for you. I am hurt for you. She's like, look, you gonna go to the concert and you gonna pay. If you want to see me shimmy to this, you think I'm going to give you a visual album? You ain't getting no 2-for-1s in this economy. I'm a charge.
Well, allegedly, she had to do reshoots. Second, she is very petty. Like when she dressed as the Proud Family for Halloween, like Parkwood Entertainment, the official Twitter of her business, they tweeted the young photo of Beyoncé to like her dressed as Sugar Mama, saying me waiting for the visuals, and then when the visuals drop from when Beyonce looked old. I was like, I'm glad they have a sense of humor about this, because I'm not laughing anymore. But you know what? There's a reason for everything. God works in mysterious ways, and I'm sure Beyonce does too. So I'm not going to question it. I'm going to be patient and wait.
I have a question.
And you might get an answer if it's not offensive to Beyonce.
It's not. Did you see Housewives of Salt Lake City?
I did. I was in the middle of editing my review for it.
Did you hear when Lisa said, I'm very important to God?
I was waiting for the transition. I was like, what does this have to do? Yes, she's a narcissist. And I was like, I'm surprised how spiritual she is, because she has a rigid personality and she's quite egotistical.
I mean, when I heard that, I had to stop. I had to rewind. I was like, She said, I'm very important to God. Not saying that we aren't important. We are all God's children. I'm not saying that. I've never heard someone say it so arrogantly, like, God got to call me to figure stuff out.
I'm hoping that she just had like, a slip up and was like, she meant to say God is very important to me.
No, she said it with her chest. I'm very important to God. All the shit God got going on right now, but she gonna focus on you. Okay, Heifer.
Well, it is Lisa Barlow. I'm not surprised. That was one chaotic episode, by the way.
Oh my God.
Especially the beginning. Those two friends they were like extras in a movie. Like, they're pointless. The way that Jen Shaw told one of them to shut up, I was like, wow, you really gonna let her talk to you like that?
Yep. But Jen Shaw, I will say this, has cussed out everybody, has screamed shut at everybody. So I can't even be mad.
They also had the lowest ratings in a while. It was like a 0.4.
I think people are tired of watching Jen Shaw lie. I'm not. I find it fascinating. It's like, when do we get to see that kind of delusion up close and personal?
I agree. I agree.
So I do think that it's interesting, but it also, I feel, gets old. Them bringing Angie on and her husband who started this account. I just either give the heifer a snowflake and make her a part of the show, or it's too, I don't know what you're going to do. It's too many friends of, and they're friends that don't bring anything to the party.
Well, I think the reason Angie didn't get a snowflake is because she lies a lot. Like, I compare her a lot to Mia. She's a pathological liar. And I don't believe anything that comes out of Angie's mouth.
I can understand that.
Some other things that happened this week. Election day was this past week. I hope everyone voted. We talked about it in the last episode, and we got some results. I will say there wasn't a red wave, thank God. And Biden actually did good. Like, most of the seats in the Senate are intact. Georgia, they just keep letting us down. They're letting us down in Georgia. And you know what? Black people had nothing to do with that. This was all the fault of white people. Stacey Abrams, unfortunately, she didn't win. She had the support of pretty much everyone except for white people. Like, 23% of white women voted for her. The rest voted against her. Crazy. And it's the same for white men. And then Warnock versus Walker, a runoff. 1.8 million people voted for Herschel Walker. But the thing is, it could have been a bag of Skittles. White people were voting against Warnock just because they want someone of their interest in the Senate. So it didn't matter who it was. So we can't give that to Walker. No one cares about him as a person. They just wanted a puppet, a raccoon to control in Congress.
Exactly. They were voting against something.
Yes. New York, we're good over here. Oh, what's her name? Catherine. I'm about to say Catherine Heigl.
Now that's somebody who wouldn't win any votes.
Exactly.
Yeah, New York be going through governors.
Yeah, but she replaced Cuomo and she won the governor's seat, thank God.
We still got Gavin, and I'm cool with him. California's going to do it right.
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, that's one thing I don't have to worry about. I'm like, you know what? San Francisco may not be perfect, but right now, in an era of emboldened, I'm going to stay in my little bubble.
Did you know slavery was on the ballot in some states?
Yes, in several states, and didn't lose in all of them.
Well, yeah, it actually won in my home state, Louisiana, which is why I'm not from Louisiana. I am from New Orleans. New Orleans. And as any true New Orleanian will tell you that. This country, I swear. In music news, Anita Baker just announced her tour for 2023. I'm so glad I get another chance to see her. I need to see Anita Baker in my lifetime.
I'm going.
These are the cities she's going to be in. She's going to be in New Orleans during Mardi Gras. I might have to do that. New Jersey. Unfortunately, she's not. Well, actually, she's going to be in Oakland. I know how you feel about Oakland, but
I'll
maybe.
go. I'll go for that.
Okay, if there's one person to get you into Oakland, it's Anita Baker. Got it.
Yep. It's not that I won't go, it's just far.
Okay. All right.
Did I go to Brooklyn when I lived in New York?
Did you?
No.
Exactly.
I barely went to Queens.
But yeah, I can't wait to see her because like I've listened to her all my childhood, and I don't know, I might even invite my mom to this concert. I think it'd be something nice to do.
Oh.
What is your favorite Anita Baker song?
Caught up in the rapture of love, the feeling's always new. Caught up in the rapture of you.
And
I mean, yeah, it's just, I mean, honestly, there's just so many good ones, though. If I had to gun to back pick a favorite, that would be it. That would be it. But there's so many good ones.
yeah, mine is no one in the world can love me. No one in the world can love you like you do, baby. Like there is a bounce version of that song, and it is one of my favorite bounce songs of all time.
I love that song, although I have to say Dion's version is probably my favorite.
Okay, who made it first? Dion, right?
Um, that was honestly, they were all coming out with the songs around the same time. So I can't 100% say if Dion did it first, because a lot of people did No One in the World.
Okay, well, I'm sure somebody in the comments will correct us. They
Yeah,
love
let us know who was the first one to do No One in the World, because everybody was doing it around that time.
them.
We don't have that anymore where like different artists will cover the same song at the same time.
Social media wouldn't allow that.
I don't know. I feel like let's just go on and make the Stan Wars the Stan Wars. Let's harness that energy and do something real with it. With the holidays just 2 doors down, nothing makes it better than having your meals already prepared. And you know who can help you with that? Omaha Steaks. It's time for something a little decadent this holiday season, and I can tell you the quality, magnifique. There is nothing better than pairing some steaks or burgers with pre-made scalloped potatoes and delicious apple blossom desserts. The meats are fresh, tasty, and will impress any company you have. It makes a wonderful gift for yourself or for someone else. This is a perfect time to load up and take advantage of the 50% off site-wide with Omaha Steaks Family and Friends Sale. You go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code POP and get $30 off your order.
And Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life, guaranteed. We've tried it. And don't forget to score that extra $30 off your order when you use POP at checkout. So visit omahasteaks.com, promo code POP at checkout. Minimum order may be required. So in television news, VH1 is no longer MTV's sister network. It is now BET.
You know, I wouldn't want any of those three as a sibling. BET is the sibling that drives up in the busted Altima. MTV is the sibling that lives in their van. And VH1 is the Karen sibling who thinks they're down.
And now shows like Love and Hip Hop and RuPaul's Drag Race, BET is in charge of that.
Oh, Lord. I mean, BET they still anti-gay to me.
They are. That's why I'm just like, wait.
Every other network and streamer has some flagship LGBTQ programming, and they're still dragging their feet.
I will say Lena Waithe's show.
That's true. But I guess the Bootsies of the world and the babies of the world have to have somewhere to call home. I guess it's their Fox News.
And speaking of those problematic black men, it's just been great not to hear from them or Kanye West for a whole week.
Where have they been?
Who gives a fuck?
Good
Actually, we did get a headline for the baby because it was shown that his concert tickets, they were going on sale 2 for 1. And he couldn't sell out an arena of 1,800 seats.
He doesn't realize he's over, but everybody else got the memo.
Right. By next year, he's going to be a has-been.
He's already a has-been now. He
True.
had been selling out arenas, and now he isn't. So he has been is no longer. His current is an issue, and soon his currency will be an issue, because the second them tickets don't start selling, then you know what you're on? Get news.
Right. He'll be on Love and Hip Hop next year.
Oh, God.
You heard it here first, y'all.
And they're going to try to rehab him by having him and Zell Swag have a moment, and then he's not going to be homophobic no more. I can see the plot line now. I know how those pea-brain producers' heads work. And speaking of Love and Hip Hop, I'm back to watching Black Ink Crew because they're going to fire Caesar for abusing that dog. So I'm here to watch him get the axe, to get the boot, and his show will carry on without him.
Wait, they made it a plot line in the show?
Yep.
Wow.
Somebody's getting fired.
I never watched Black Ink Crew. It just never appealed to me. What appealed you at first to even start to review Black Ink Crew?
I lived in the neighborhood. I'd walk past it. Like, I used to live on 119th and 5th. And so even though I was at 141st, like, it was still close, where I was like, all right, it's right in my neighborhood. And then one of the producers was like friends with me. And so he would give me show tea that I was able to spill. And he would send me shit to like put out on Twitter. And I actually went to a party at Black Ink Crew on a first date.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Although I don't hear from that producer anymore. So if you're still out there, say hey.
Also, I want to give a shout out real quick to a fan of the show. His name is Khalil Lee. I saw him in Lincoln Square right after I went to see Black Panther. And he was just so excited to see me. And he was actually the artist who drew our photo, remember?
Oh, yes. I remember that right at the beginning of the panning.
Right. And he just said tell Alex I said hello. I am such a fan. So I just wanted to give him a shout out on the show.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. And hello. And also, everybody, we started my birthday GoFundMe, and the link is below. We are trying to go to Hawaii.
Nice. I'm here for it.
They said, get it started early. I was like, you know what? All right. It's 40. So we going big because we ain't staying home.
For once.
Because that's true. I don't leave the house that often.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I do leave the house, but I don't really leave my neighborhood. Like, we went to go get pizza in North Beach, and we drove, and I was just like, wow, I never leave my little area. Some things never change. I'm like, if I can't walk to it within 15 minutes, I'm not going.
Well, speaking of that, I actually have to go to Brooklyn tomorrow.
I think it would take me less time to fly in to Brooklyn than it would take. Oh, that's right. You don't live uptown anymore, so it's not as bad. But from where we lived, Brooklyn, you may as well get a chopper.
Look, last weekend I went to that Alegria party. I got home at 7 a.m. I had to walk from, I forgot where that venue is, but I had to walk 19 minutes to the L train and then wait an additional 11 minutes for it to arrive. I was just it felt like I was in like a haze, but it was a beautiful walk to the L train because I was still kind of high and it was the sun was rising.
When was the last time I got in that? Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, too much, right?
I was like, when was the last time I got in that late? And I'm just like, Oh no, you've had days where you've gotten in at 2 p.m.
It was crazy because the party was from 10 to 5, I want to say, or 10 to 6. And then they had a second party that was from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm too old for that. My friends went, I was like, deuces. I'm done for the night.
I'm usually good around 2, where I'm like, okay, we have partied hardy.
Right. We getting up to that age.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm like, you know what? I think I just want an Omaha steak. I don't need to go out.
I'm just more for comfortability these days.
Yes. Like the bar, the mix that I go to. I like it because I can sit. My friends are there whenever they like pull the tables out for like Pride or something. We're like, oh wait, we're not staying. We're not standing. We're
So
not
what's
standing.
the bar? What's the bar in the Castro where you go in? It's like there's seating, there's the bar, and then outside there's the patio.
That's the mix.
Okay, I love that place.
Yeah, that's where we congregate.
I'm actually overdue for another trip to San Francisco.
I know, it's fun here.
A little fun.
It's a little fun. It's a little fun. At least it's like we have our gay areas here that are more than WeHo.
I agree with that. Like the whole city is a WeHo.
That is true. It's true on so many different levels.
So let's get to Housewives news. So there's some breaking news for the Legacy Real Housewives of New York casting. It looks like they chose a few people. So according to Page 6, they hear that Bravo's shortlist for cast members for the brand new Legacy spinoff are Jill Zarin, Kelly Bensimon, Dorinda, Luann de Lesseps, and Sonia Morgan, plus 1 or 2 more names that are yet to be pinned down. Meanwhile, we're told the longest-serving RHONY star, Ramona Singer, has not made the cut. Sources say that contracts haven't been signed, but talks are underway with all the potential stars. I'm here for this casting list, and even though I can't stand Ramona, that raggedy bitch, she is a necessary evil for that installment, I think. If you add Ramona and Tinsley to that, you have a fucking show. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Come on now. Shout out to Wendy
Luann, Sonia, Jill, and who?
Kelly, Dorinda.
Oh, Dorinda's back. No, Kelly and Dorinda will bring it. Kelly Kilgore Bensimon is, I mean, just good cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, crazy. And Dorinda, you get 2 drinks in her and she's starting.
I want Dorinda to cuss Ramona out. Like, I love that.
I think the real cuss out was her not being invited back.
I enjoy that too. It's just, I just feel like she brings out a certain fire in the ladies to like really set them off, you know?
I think they were sick of her. I think you can only be mean for so long. I feel like that's why Kenya changed up this year, because it's like, okay, look, you can be evil, you can be bratty, but it only will get you so far. And when that's the only note you can sing, you're going to change the song.
True. I don't know. Atlanta needs something else too. I think we need to just recast all of Atlanta and then make a Legacy Atlanta too.
Kandi Burruss has impressed me thoroughly with her acting on TikTok. She's doing these funny little skits. The woman is funny. She's funny playing both characters. They're well done. It looks like there's a bit of a budget there. I mean, much more than a regular wardrobe. I am impressed, Kandi. I know you watch. I'm impressed. Now, I may not be impressed with the company you keep, because Don, I know you're watching too. But I'm impressed with your talent, Kandi.
Shout out to Don Juan, because he does watch the show. Now,
and excluded me, sent everything to every other YouTuber, but didn't want to send nothing to me. Okay, Heifer, I didn't need the Ty little shit, no way.
But I will say, when you first said Kandi impressed you, I was like, well, he's not talking about her makeup or her wardrobe. So I'm wondering, what was it? She's shining. Like, I think Kandi wants to prove that she has a personality.
She is doing that. She don't have one much on the show. That's where Riley gets her lack of personality from. Because, she's dry as a saltine, dry as a Popeye's biscuit.
Moving on.
Dry as California in this drought, honey. She's giving Lake Mead.
And you wonder why you didn't get a box.
Look, I'm just telling the truth. If they want lies, if they want, fans, if they want people that won't call it like it is, they shouldn't watch, because it's called a roast. Pop roast. Everybody's tired of getting bland and basic gifts. But if you head over to Uncommon Goods, against such trite trappings, Uncommon Goods is going to make your holiday shopping stress-free, because they've got so many unique things for all the people on your Christmas list. From plush robes to great jackets to cell phone cleaners. Unique original gifts is what Uncommon Goods is all about. I know I'm really looking forward to getting a few people the whiskey making kit. That's right, you've got a kit where you can make your own whiskey at the house, flavored to perfection by you. When you shop Uncommon Goods, you're supporting independent artists and small businesses. But hurry up and put your order in now, because things sell out fast during the holiday season. Uncommon Goods gets high quality small batch products, often handmade right here in the US. From jewelry to kitchen, home and bar, Uncommon Goods has something for each person on your holiday list. No more, oh, gee, thanks. For example, if you give someone socks from Uncommon Goods, they'll actually knock their socks off.
And to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/roast. That's uncommongoods.com/roast for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
And here's something that should be ordinary. Ryan Coogler reveals he learned how to swim for Black Panther 2 because of climate change. Rivers are going to start overflowing and popping up where they weren't. So we need to know how to swim. We need to know how to do a little more than wade in the water. But that's a great place to start.
Okay. I'm wondering, why now did Ryan Coogler do it? But I'm guessing, when you go see Black Panther, a lot of it takes place, well, I would say maybe a little less than half the movie takes place near the water.
I could tell that from the trailer, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And that's true, he probably did, because he's like, well, I can't ask, my crew to get in the water if I'm not in the water with them, and I'm going to have to be in the water with them to get certain shots, so.
Speaking of Black Panther, one of the trailers I saw was Avatar, the new one. And I'm just wondering, who is going to sit in the theater for 3.5 hours watching the second Avatar?
The same people who sit and watch 2.5 hours of Drag Race, the same people who watch 2.5 hours of Married at First Sight, those people.
I don't know. I'm really hoping this movie bombs, because I'm like, who cares anymore? When it came out, the visuals, that was the first of its kind. Now it's like a dime a dozen, But I could be surprised, because when Top Gun came out, that sequel, I was like, who the fuck cares about that? It's now one of the biggest grossing movies of all time.
And I have yet to see it, and I probably won't. And speaking of Black Panther, why is Jason Momoa dressed up like he is an extra from the movie on Kimmel? And also, Jason, look, if you're going to strip down, either show us your penis in 4K or stop messing with this. I don't have time. It is 2022, honey. Ain't nobody got time for this bull.
Well, if it was between Namor and Aquaman, Aquaman could definitely get it. Jason Momoa is he's hot. That's all I can say, because I don't want to. You know how hard it is for us to get these videos out now. I'm going to try to keep it G-rated. Anyway, he's hot. But what it started from was on his Instagram, he was on a fishing trip, and I'm thinking whatever he was wearing, that was akin to his culture or whatever. But then the wind, it blew the flap up in the back, and you saw his ass. And people like me who love ass, we were very like pleased to see that, and it went viral. So then Jimmy Kimmel was talking about it on his show, and then Jason thought it would be a gag to strip down to it again, and then he turned around and showed his ass, and we were all thankful.
Well, I'm glad somebody got something out of it because I don't have time. And speaking of not having time, why is Todrick Hall getting a show and we aren't? I'm sorry. I am sorry. If they're handing out shows to raccoons, why can't actual talent be the talent?
I thought it was ironic that it's about, homes, like the most blingiest homes, and he can't even afford his own home.
Exactly. Why doesn't he have the owniest home rather than the blingiest home?
That's like Teresa Giudice, giving advice about taxes,
Or Rob Dixon giving advice about finances.
Oh, and speaking of Rob Dixon, damn, he might be out of a job and they might be right back in the poorhouse.
Really, because the second Rob gets kicked off this show, ain't nobody gonna be caping for her caps.
Well, Robyn, I think she's fine now. She said, a lot of people was asking us, do we think that's the reason why she was getting a prenup? Because she knew about this information. But I don't know. I don't think she knew about this. I just think she wanted to protect her assets because, she never really had assets before.
I think she also wants to protect them because she knows Juan will cheat and repeat.
That's true.
I still feel it's fair for her to say, I want an infidelity clause. Juan cheated on you because you drove him to the poorhouse. So I feel like, some extra puss was warranted. Because I don't want to have sex with you because you remind me of the poverty that we're in. So that's escape puss.
I disagree. I'm not going to put that on Robyn. Juan, he did Robyn dirty.
She wasted all of their money with a Ponzi scheme from her friend.
She raised his kids and he wasn't really there as a father, and
he wasn't there as a father. They were roommates. They couldn't even live separately. They couldn't afford to live separately. He wasn't there as a father because he was working one shift at McDonald's and another one at Foot Locker.
Anyway, if y'all aren't privy to the news, Juan Dixon is under fire in a lawsuit about sexual harassment that was happening on his team. They say he turned a blind eye. It wasn't him doing it, but he was a part of not making sure something happened, making sure that person was safe.
Yep. And in this era, you being named in a suit like that, you might just lose your job. Get this dance. But right. I guess now he's going to have to stay faithful to Robyn.
It always comes back to Robyn.
I mean, now she's the true breadwinner of that family. The pressure has gotten worse.
I mean, if anything, this will guarantee her another season.
That's true, because now they can pick on Juan, even though he won't be on the show that much. I mean, we haven't seen Michael Darby this season, and they sure won't stop talking about him.
I will say on this franchise, it's always like another husband's turn to be the center of being roasted.
To be attacked. We've gone after Karen's coup. We've never really gone after Juan because Robyn was the one who drove her family to the poorhouse. We've gone after Ashley's coup. Now we're going after Candace's coup.
They went after Monique's man too.
They sure did. They sure did. And I'm sure they're going to, well, Wendy's like, you can come after Eddie if you want to. Wendy gonna knock your teeth straight.
Well, remember when, this was earlier seasons, when Ashley tried to confront Robyn saying that
Juan was cheating. Dating. But I mean, we knew that marriage was open like legs after 2 a.m.
Yeah, they weren't really together.
They've never really been together. It's a very dutiful union. Dutiful. You can just see the look on Juan's face. He just doesn't want to be there. Like Juan could have an orgasm thinking about somewhere else.
Anyway, I guess we'll keep y'all posted on whether Juan loses his job or not.
I have some tea that spilled on Twitter the other day about the Real Housewives of Atlanta's spinoff, Kandi and the Gang. Apparently, Patrick and Safari are no longer together.
Wow. Really? Who reported this?
She said it on Twitter herself.
Oh, and weren't they engaged?
They were.
Wow.
I think it was a plotline engagement.
I hope they do a season 2. I didn't mind that show.
I liked it. I hope they get a season 2. It was good to see Pose ATL.
And I'm kind of glad Safari got out while she still could, because he was dumb as a bag of rocks.
Yes. I mean, he had muscles and nice skin. I'll give him that.
Oh yeah, he was fine, but he was just dumb. But what else is new? Someone being fine and dumb?
Ooh, Portia has accidentally revealed her wedding dress to Florida Evans while she was on Instagram Live. Heifer, you knew exactly what you was doing, and you trying to bait Bravo to give you another spinoff of you marrying Florida Evans. Do you want to see it?
I was trying to figure out who was Florida Evans, and I hate you. I really do. I don't mind seeing Portia. I miss her on Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I wouldn't mind a wedding special. Like, her spinoff did great numbers on my YouTube, so people like to hate watch her.
Speaking of hate watch, did you hear about the Casey Anthony interview that's supposed to be coming out November 29th?
Yeah, I heard about it. I have no want to see that.
I have a morbid curiosity. I'm going to watch. I am going to watch and review. I'm fascinated.
I'm sure Twitter's going to be on fire, and I'm going to have no choice but to look at it to see what people are talking about. Because you know how outraged, like, all they need to do is like get Twitter outraged, and you'll do like stupid numbers, just like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Like, now Netflix ordered 2 spinoffs. They're going to do like a monster for a different serial killer, and then for the next one too.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that successful. They were
Harley
like,
Red, get out of my house.
yeah, it was that successful that Netflix ordered 2 more from Ryan Murphy.
And they've ordered a second season of The Watcher. I have 2 episodes to go, and I have to say, it's been a fun ride. It's nothing
Don't say
like
anything.
What?
I haven't seen it yet, but just don't spoil it for me.
Oh, I won't spoil it. I'm not spoiling it for anybody. I'll say this, they take some liberties from the actual story, but they give you so many good twists. Every episode has a twist. And I'm like, okay, all right, Rye. I'm not mad at you for this.
Is it scary?
It's suspenseful.
Okay, I'll take that.
Exhibit soon-to-be ex-wife is suing him for breaking oral commitment to provide lifelong financial support.
Interesting.
Now, she just ended up with a little settlement getting about, $5,000 a month, I believe, but she wants lifelong support.
Like alimony?
Yep.
Huh. Speaking of that, did you hear how Erica Mena is just crying that she got like a little bit under $5,000 a month for her 2 children for Safari?
What did she think she was going to get from him? Where is his money? Where has Safari significantly earned? Like you acted like you was with, a Warren Buffett or a Jeff Bezos. That sounds about right. That actually sounds a little heavy for Safari's pockets. I can't believe he got that kind of scratch.
Right.
Safari has no music. Safari hasn't produced any television shows. Like, he sold his the mold of his penis for $500,000. He ain't getting residuals off that. So you better be lucky that you're able to get this garnishment from his chicken gift card. She gonna sit here and cry, lie down with the dog and get mad you getting up with fleas. But Erica, you've always been consistently stupid. Not ignorant, stupid. Because you see, Ignorance is lack of knowledge. Stupidity. Well, honey, that's just you.
She looks ghastly these days. Like, I just found out that she's like, I think 2 years younger than me. And I'm like, wow.
She's not taking care of herself. That's too many late nights and early mornings.
I mean, the Skeletor-like face with those chiclet teeth is just a lot.
Well, what's happened is she went to the DR to get those cheap chiclet teeth, and now they're starting to recede from the gum line. I bet you when she brushed her teeth, it bleed. Also, that cheap plastic surgery she's got, the body is starting to, it's all starting to settle in the wrong place. It's pulling the skin from the scalp.
And on that note, y'all, we're gonna end it right there.
I'll see you sooner than Erica Menace sees you.
And I'll see y'all sooner than the baby sees ticket sales.